Once I let go of the paradigms, stories, and beliefs from my past, my entire life opened up. The universe does not like a void, so everything I released was replaced with the desires of my heart. Here's exactly how I did it, and the 4 habits I still live by today. At first, I was stubborn. The hurt feelings were comfortable. They were like home, and I couldn't imagine life without them. But one day, I decided I wasn't going to let the past define me in any way. I was done, and I took my power back, and the freedom that I felt was exhilarating. But getting there wasn't easy. I had to change the way I thought, the way I forgave, and the way that I talked to myself every single day. Habit number 1, I call it don't care. I decided one day not to be concerned about what other people thought of me. People could like me or they could not. People could criticize me or judge me, whatever people do. And it didn't matter. It doesn't matter. Why? Because I know who I am. I'm an infinite spiritual being having this experience. I'm a powerful creator, creating a life that I love. And I am inherently worthy. And so are you. Habit number 2, I call it forgive yourself first. I forgave myself for everything that I thought I should have done. I released self-criticism, still working on that every day. This is a process. But I started being nicer to myself because, think about it. We are not guaranteed tomorrow. There is no promise that you're going to wake up tomorrow. So why wait to be nice and kind to yourself? Habit number 3, the release exercise. This one changed everything for me. In just 1 minute, you can release a lifetime of limiting paradigms and limiting beliefs. Here's how I did it. You see, I had identified my paradigms, my false stories and beliefs from my childhood, all of those ones that I had learned from society, from my family, but I didn't know how to release them until I went to a Mary Morrissey live event. And she took there were 1,000 people in the room. She put them into groups of 3 beautifully. We're in a group of 3 and you're standing there, and you can do this with a couple of friends. And you stand there and you have one friend on one side and one friend on the other side. And they are going to speak your paradigms to you. Starting out very quiet and getting louder and louder and louder for 1 minute. What you do as a person who is releasing, you say, I am more than that. You also start quiet and get louder and louder and louder. So you have these 2 people reciting your paradigms. For example, you can't afford it. Who do you think you are? You can't afford it. What do you think you can have your own business? Whatever those limiting beliefs are, they're just going back and forth. Da, 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 da. And you're standing in your truth. Standing tall, saying, I am more than that. Make sure you have a timer on because it'll go by pretty quick. You want to make sure that the volume gets loud and louder and louder so that at the very end, you're almost shouting, I am more than that. And in that last breath, then you want to take it in and feel the release, feel those limiting beliefs and paradigms leave you forever. Now, there's a lot to the psychology behind it, but let's leave that to the doctors. I can tell you that this exercise worked for me. You can also find it in my book, Allow Life to Happen and Receive Everything You Desire. Now, I do this in workshops, but I've had people that were introverted, quiet, shy, and didn't want to do the work with other people. So here's how you can do it at home in a nice, quiet environment. Record yourself on your phone, on your computer, saying the paradigms just over and over and over for 1 minute, whatever those limiting beliefs are. I'll never amount to much. You can't afford it. Like whatever is in your head, whatever you hear that you know is keeping you from your dreams. So you record yourself saying the paradigms and then play it back. And this time you release. This time you say, I am more than that. I am more than that. And after the 1 minute, again, you take your deep breath and release. So you can do it with 2 friends or you can do it on your own. Either way, it works. Habit number 4, forgiving others. Have you ever heard this statement, resentments are the cancers of the soul? Why not let resentments go? Why not forgive people? I made a conscious decision to do this. I made a list of everyone that I needed to forgive, everyone that I'd ever resented, and I forgave them fully. And if for some reason their name came up again, I simply say, I bless you. And that's it. Slowly, life became more comfortable, more serene, more peaceful. Now, doing this work is not for the faint of heart. What kept me going was the idea of being truly free. Free from the shackles of the past. Letting go. So I could finally create the life of my dreams. And I want this for you too. Most people stay stuck because their ego wants to protect them. But real freedom starts when you bypass that ego, when you truly forgive yourself and forgive others. That's when you start to feel light. And that's when you remember who you really are. And you remember that you are enough. And if you still need to forgive someone, if you need help, I've made a special guided meditation just for you. It's the ancient Hawaiian Ho'oponopono practice. Just click here. And then if you're still stuck after that, you're not quite sure what's wrong, what's holding you back, please book an attunement call with me and let's release what's holding you back so that you can step into a life that you were meant to live. And you know that you were meant for more.